Hello to you fellow wealth hackers. Well, time for another weekly wealth insight, and I've got this beautiful view behind me here. I wanted to share this video with you. So it's been an interesting week for me. Had a phenomenal amount of success this week in terms of some big milestones. And I thought what I would share with you is, my father taught me many years ago, they used to have a saying in the Rhodesian Army that when the going gets tough, the tough get going. And if I take the last 6 months, you've seen some of my videos, they've been incredibly difficult. And many people give up. And, I listen to a lot of motivational stuff, and Albert Einstein actually was the one that said, often people that the difference between success and failure is when it's literally the difference between people actually just giving up. And often people are so much closer to success than they truly realize, and that they've got to have the ability to keep going. And it's obviously the mental ability in terms of that process. And I think for me, when I look at what's happened in the last, week as an example, and I take the culmination of the last couple of months, it's just phenomenal how if you keep believing, if you keep being very clear on the outcome that you're trying to achieve, and everyone always focuses on the problem and drama. They get caught up in the 95%, which is always about the problem and the drama. And the way to do this, and you've heard me say this in a Wealth Insight before, is that you get very clear on the outcome. And the more clear you get on the outcome, then it allows you to get through the problem and the drama. You just keep getting creative, you keep being courageous, you keep coming up with ways to find solutions, basically. You be innovative, and as Tony Robbins says, resourcefulness is the number one skill of any person, particularly any entrepreneur. What's this got to do with wealth? Well, I believe that it's the same journey that we all go on. You're going to consistently be, tested by the economy, by politics, by, socio-economics, etc. But when you're very clear on your outcome and you just keep working backwards, some days you're going to have dark days, some weeks you're going to have dark weeks, some months you're going to have dark months, and even some years you might have dark years. But ultimately, if you stick to the outcome, you get on track. And for me, again, as I said to you, this week was a very interesting week for me, because it made me realize, it reinforced for me that if you just keep going, if you just keep persevering, eventually you'll get there. And my favorite book when I was a little boy was The Little Train, the one that said, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can. Had to go over the hill, and I don't know, maybe it just stood me in good stead, because it shows you that if you keep persevering, ultimately the piece of the puzzle will fall into place. That's my weekly wealth insight. I hope it added value to you. Most importantly, if it did, like this video, click on the video, share it with a friend. We're all about adding value every single week in terms of these wealth insights. And one last thing I'll share with you is we had a phenomenal session this week on ChatGPT with our wealth hackers. It's incredible actually how fast this is changing the world. It blows me away. If you don't know what it is, that's a whole nother wealth insight in itself. But truly, it is incredible technology. You need to click on the link below and join the wealth hackers, and ultimately get access to these type of resources. I found an incredible guy in India who's going to be training our wealth hackers so that they can use the power of artificial intelligence, the power of ChatGPT to, because truly this is where the world's going over the next 10 years. Till next week. Cheers.